Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater Soundcheck. This time out, we're checking out high-performance passive monitors from Amphion. Let's get started. Finland's Amphion has been in the business of manufacturing loudspeakers since 1998. They work in both the audiophile hi-fi world as well as in the studio monitor world, which is what we're interested in here today. We're checking out the 115's passive studio monitors, and we're powering those using the Amphion 100 stereo amplifier. If there's one word I could use to describe the Amphions, it's neutral. They sound great, they're pleasant to listen to, you can listen to them for many hours without ear fatigue, but they aren't hyping any of the frequencies. The response ranges from 49 Hz up to 20 kHz, and it's very flat from the bottom to the top. The speakers are very dynamic, and they also have a wide sweet spot and a wide stereo image based on the way that the waveguides are designed. Taking a closer look, we have a 5.25-inch aluminum woofer, and that's paired with a passive radiator on the back of the cabinet. Now, because they're using a passive radiator instead of a port, the air pressure inside the cabinet remains constant. It provides a spring, basically, for the woofer to ride upon, and that gives you a very tight, controlled bottom end. The 1-inch titanium tweeter crosses over at 1600 Hz, and that crossover point is basically invisible. You really can't detect it at all. The tweeter is mounted into a Corian waveguide. Now, this is a very heavy, solid surface waveguide, and it's shaped in such a way to give you a wide sweet spot and a lot of detail, excellent stereo imaging. The 115s are rated to be driven with anything from 20 watts up to 100 watts, and in general, the more power the better to give you better dynamic range and more headroom. I've been using them with the Amphion 100, which is a stereo amplifier designed by Amphion to match with the 115s. It's a great pairing. It provides 50 watts per channel. I've been finding the Amphion 115s are very easy to mix on. They're neutral, as I mentioned before, from top to bottom. They have a tight, controlled bottom end, and what I like about the bottom end is that there's actually a pitch there. Whether you're running a bass synth, or a kick drum, you can really pick out the pitch, and that's something I look for in the low-end response of a monitor. On the top, things are very detailed, which again contributes to that wide stereo image and pinpoint placement within the stereo field. It's easy to mix the high end, and they aren't hyped, so they don't sound harsh and they don't wear out your ears. The mid-range is clear and detailed, and there's a spaciousness to it. There's also a depth from front to back, and this allows you to really hear into your mixes. I feel like it accurately translates what's happening in the mid-range of your tracks. From a physical standpoint, the 115s are nice and compact, so they work well as desktop speakers as I'm using them here in a near-field design. You could also place them on stands back behind your table or behind your console, and they're going to work great in that placement as well. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the 115s from Amphion. These are outstanding passive monitors. Pair them up with a great amplifier, and you've got a wonderful monitoring system. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater Soundcheck. I'm Mitch Gallagher.